I'm trying to finish cooking when he calls my name from the living room. Come here, I need to talk, he says. His voice sounds calm, too calm. I wipe my hands on my old apron and walk toward him. My heart already feels tight. I ask, what is it? Did something happen at work again? He does not look at me when he speaks. That makes my stomach feel cold. He says, sit down first. I sit, but I feel like I'm sitting on broken glass. I have been thinking about us, he says slowly, like he is reading from a script. I swallow hard. About what, exactly? I ask. He sighs like I'm already a problem he is tired of solving. I hear his phone vibrate, but I do not look. I just wait. I think you are holding me back, he says. Those words feel like someone punched my chest. I force myself to stay quiet. I ask, holding you back how? He finally looks at me. His eyes are cold. You lost your job. I am trying to build a future. I cannot carry both of us. My voice shakes when I reply, I'm looking for another job. You know that. He shrugs. That small movement feels like rejection. Yes, but I need stability, not promises, he says. His phone rings again. He stands up and walks away from me. I hear him talking softly. He thinks I cannot hear him. But I can. Yes, baby. I will leave her soon, she is just temporary. Yes, I know she is struggling. My hands start shaking. I grip the edge of the chair. I want to scream, but I keep breathing slowly. I tell myself, do not cry. Not here. Not now. He laughs softly on the phone. That sound stays inside my head like poison. He comes back and says, work on yourself. Maybe then I will see if this relationship is worth saving. I want to throw the glass of water in his face, but I smile instead. Okay, I say quietly. He looks surprised. I can see confusion in his eyes. Good. Let him be confused. He does not know I heard everything. I ask, are you hungry? He nods like nothing happened. I cook dinner while my chest feels like it is collapsing. While cooking, I think, I will not beg him. I will not cry in front of him. My heart keeps screaming, but my face stays calm. He sits behind me and talks about his dreams. I listen and say, that is nice. Inside, I am planning survival. I think about job applications, saving money, and leaving quietly when I am ready. He says, you are lucky I stayed with you this long. I almost laugh. Lucky? No. I feel humiliated, but I keep cooking. That night, I lie beside him in bed. He sleeps easily. I stare at the ceiling and whisper inside my mind, I will survive without you. My eyes burn with tears I refuse to release. This is my breaking point, but also my beginning. Tomorrow, I will start looking for my new life without telling him anything. I sit across from him at dinner, pushing rice around my plate. The silence feels heavier than the food. Finally, he says, you are quiet tonight. That usually means you are thinking too much. I force a small smile. Maybe I am just tired, I say. He snorts. Tired from what? You don't even work anymore. His words sting, but I keep my voice soft. I'm applying for jobs. I told you that. He laughs like I told a joke. You think anyone wants someone who failed at their last job? My chest tightens, but I say, I will try anyway. He leans back in his chair. You are still depending on me. You know that, right? I stir my soup slowly to hide my shaking hands. I'm trying not to, I say. He shakes his head. You will never survive without me. Your family is poor. You have no connections. I am the best thing that ever happened to you. I feel my throat burn, but I swallow my anger. I think, do not cry. Do not give him that power. His phone buzzes on the table. He smiles immediately when he reads the message. I do not ask who it is. I already know. He says, I have to go out later. Don't wait up. I nod. Okay. Inside, I feel like something inside me is breaking quietly, like cracked glass. I ask, do you still love me? The question comes out before I can stop it. He pauses. That silence hurts more than any insult. Finally he says, "Love is not enough. You need to be useful too." I nod again. My voice stays calm. "Okay. I understand." He looks surprised. "You are not going to argue?" he asks. I shake my head. "No. I am tired of arguing." He smiles like he won. But I'm not sure who really lost. Later that night, I receive a message from his best friend, Amir. He writes, "Don't listen to him. You are stronger than you think. I can help you find work if you want." I feel tears filling my eyes. I reply, "Thank you. I will try on my own first." He sends a thumbs up emoji. I feel a small spark of hope. Someone still believes in me. After dinner, I wash dishes while he prepares to leave. He says, "Maybe if you change yourself, things will work between us." I ask, "Change how?" He shrugs. "Be more useful. More successful." I nod slowly. "I will think about it." He leaves without kissing me goodnight. The door closing feels louder than his insults. That night, I sit on the bed alone. I cry silently into my pillow. I whisper to myself, I will not beg him to love me. My phone is open as I search job websites. I send 3 applications. My hands shake, but I keep typing. I tell myself, this is my first step. I wipe my tears and think about independence. I may still be broken, but I am not giving up. I stand outside the small cafe, waiting for my friend Lena. The wind is cold, but I feel nervous more than cold. When she arrives, she smiles at me. "You look thinner," she says. I shrug. Stress does that. She hugs me tightly. "You are still strong, right?" she asks. I nod. "I'm trying to be." She pulls me inside the cafe and orders 2 coffees. She says, "I heard about your situation. You need independence, not survival." I look down at my cup. I'm trying to find a job. She leans forward. "Not just any job. A stable one." She slides her phone toward me. I talk to my company manager. They need someone in data entry. My heart starts beating faster. "You did that for me." I ask. She smiles. "You would do the same for me." I whisper, "Thank you. I really need this chance." She says, "Go for the interview tomorrow. Dress professionally. Speak confidently." I nod quickly. "I will." She squeezes my hand. "Don't tell him yet." I swallow hard. "I won't." That night, I go to the interview. The manager asks, "Why do you want this job?" I say, "I want to rebuild my independence. I want to learn and grow." He nods. "Good answer. Start next week." I feel tears in my eyes. I say, "Thank you. I won't disappoint you." When I get home, my boyfriend is on the phone. He says, "I'm busy tonight. Don't ask questions." I nod. "Okay." He hangs up quickly. I think, he is spending more time with her now. But instead of hurting, I feel something new, relief. Later, I text Lena. "I got the job." She replies, "I knew you would." I smile at my phone. I feel stronger. Over the next few weeks, I wake up early for work. My boyfriend barely notices. One night, he says, "You have been different lately." I ask, "Different how?" He says, "You are quieter. More focused on yourself." I reply, "Is that bad?" He shrugs. "Maybe. I liked you when you depended on me." I feel anger rising but I stay calm. I say, "I need to depend on myself now." He laughs. "You will fail without me." I smile slowly. "Watch me." That is the first time I talk back without crying. At work, I learn fast. My coworker, Daniel, says, "You work hard. Respect that." I say, "I'm trying to build my future." He nods. "Good. Never stop." I think, maybe I am not weak like I thought. One evening, I see my boyfriend texting someone and smiling. I do not ask who. I just think, he is already gone emotionally. But strangely, I do not feel destroyed. I feel free. That night, I tell myself, I don't need to win his love. I need to win my life back. I look at my bank savings app on my phone. The number is small, but it is mine. I whisper, this is just the beginning. I turn off the lights and sleep with a quiet, growing strength inside my chest. I stand inside my tiny apartment, holding the keys in my hand. The walls are bare, but I tell myself, this is mine. I hear my phone ring. It is him. I hesitate before answering. Hello. I say. His voice sounds surprised. You didn't tell me you moved. I answer calmly, I wanted to handle things on my own. He says, you are really changing. I reply, is that bad? He pauses. You are becoming distant. I smile even though he cannot see me. Maybe I am learning independence. He laughs nervously. You sound different. I say, I have to go. I am unpacking. I end the call before he can respond. My heart is racing, but not from fear, from power. The next morning, I go to work early. My new coworker, Mark, approaches me. He says, you are the new hire, right? I nod. Yes. I'm trying to learn fast. He smiles. Good. Independence starts with confidence. He shows me how to manage company records. He says, never depend on anyone financially if you can help it. I ask, what about emotionally? He looks at me seriously. That is harder. But you start by respecting yourself. I think about my past relationship. I whisper, I am trying. He nods. That is enough for now. During lunch break, I check my phone. 3 missed calls from my ex. I text him, I'm busy at work. He replies immediately, you never used to be this busy for me. I type slowly, people change. He sends, I miss the old you. I feel a strange mix of sadness and satisfaction. I reply, I'm still here. Just stronger. He does not respond after that. Good. Let him think. At night, I sit in my apartment eating instant noodles. Loneliness presses against my chest. I whisper to myself, you are not alone. You are becoming independent. I open my laptop and start learning new skills online. My phone rings again. Him. I answer. What do you want? I ask softly. He says, can we meet tomorrow? I want to talk. I say, about what? He hesitates. About us. I stay quiet for a few seconds before saying, maybe another time. He sounds frustrated. You are really moving on, aren't you? I answer, I'm trying to survive. Then I hang up. My hands are shaking, but my mind feels stronger. Later, Lena texts me, proud of you. Don't go back. I reply, I won't. I look around my small apartment and whisper, this is my beginning, not my ending. I feel loneliness, but I also feel freedom growing inside me like quiet fire. My phone rings while I am at work. I see his name on the screen. I stare at it for a moment before answering. Hello. I say calmly. He sounds stressed. Can we talk? It is important. I reply, I am at work. Make it quick. He sighs. I heard you are doing well. I am happy for you. I say, thank you. There is a long silence. Then he says, my business is having problems. I ask, what kind of problems? He hesitates. Money problems. I keep my voice steady. I'm sorry to hear that. He says quickly, you always knew how to support me emotionally. I need that again. I feel my chest tighten, but not from sadness, from memory. I remember him saying I was useless. I say, what do you want me to do? He says, just talk to me. Like before. I answer slowly, before you left me. He goes quiet. Finally he says, I made mistakes. I was stressed. My new relationship is complicated. I ask, is she helping you? He laughs bitterly. She spends more than she saves. I feel a strange satisfaction growing inside me. I say, sounds like you are learning lessons. He says, don't be like that. I thought we were still friends. I reply, friends don't abandon each other when they are weak. He says, I miss you. My heart hurts for a second, but I remember my loneliness. I say, you miss comfort, not me. He sounds desperate. Can you at least meet me? I answer, I'm busy with work and my life. He pleads, just once. I say, no, my voice stays calm. That is my revenge. Silence. After the call, my coworker Mark looks at me. That was him, right? I nod. He asks, did you help him? I shake my head. No, he smiles slightly. Good. Emotional strength is power. I say, I feel guilty sometimes. He says, guilt is normal. But don't go backwards. That evening, my ex sends me messages. Please help me emotionally. I'm losing everything. You were always kind to me. I read but do not reply. My hands shake slightly. I whisper to myself, I'm not his safety net anymore. Later, Lena calls me. You didn't respond to him, right? She asks. I say, no. She sounds proud. Good. Let karma work. I smile. I'm letting life handle it. She says, you are becoming stronger. I reply, I'm trying to survive, not win. Before sleeping, I check my savings account. The number is growing slowly. I whisper, this is my revenge. Not hatred. Success. I turn off my phone notifications and sleep with peace slowly replacing anger inside my chest. I walk into work and my manager calls me into his office. My heart beats faster. Have a seat, he says. I sit down slowly. He smiles. You have been working very hard. I say, I'm trying my best. He leans forward. We are promoting you to team coordinator. I freeze for a second. Then I ask, are you serious? He nods. Yes. You deserve this. I feel tears building in my eyes, but I keep my voice steady. Thank you. I won't disappoint you. He says, I know you won't. I leave the office and whisper to myself, I'm not weak anymore. At lunch break, I tell Lena. She screams happily, I told you. You are growing. I laugh. I was scared for so long. She says, fear does not build success. Action does. I nod. I'm starting to believe that. She looks at me carefully. You are dressing differently too. I smile. I bought new clothes with my salary. She says, you look confident now. I reply, I'm trying to feel confident. That night, I stand in front of my mirror at home. I say to myself, I'm not that broken girl anymore. I practice speaking confidently. Good evening, I'm here for work. I shake my head. Too formal. Then I try again. Hello, I'm ready to learn and grow. That feels better. My phone buzzes. It is him. I open the message. I saw your promotion post. You are doing this to show off, right? I smile slowly. I reply, no. I am doing this to survive. He sends another message. I helped you become this person. I laugh softly. I type, no. You helped me realize I had to become stronger. He calls me immediately. I answer, congratulations. Or accusations. I ask. He sounds angry. You are changing too much. I reply, people grow. He says, you are forgetting me. I say calmly, you forgot me first. There is silence. Then he says quietly, I miss you. My chest hurts, but I stay strong. You miss control, not me, I say. Then I hang up. My hands shake slightly, but I feel powerful. Later, I check social media. He posted a picture of himself looking sad. I whisper, karma is slow, but real. I close the app. I think about my new life, my salary, my independence. I tell myself, I built this alone. Before sleeping, I send Lena a message. Thank you for believing in me. She replies, you did the hard work. I smile in the dark room. I whisper, I am finally becoming someone who does not need to beg for love. I fall asleep feeling stronger than yesterday. I am at work when Lena sends me a message. You won't believe this. I reply, what happened? She sends a screenshot. His business news, bankrupt. I whisper, oh. Then another message from her. His girlfriend left him. I feel something twist inside my chest. Not sadness. Not happiness. Something complicated. I type, why did she leave? Lena replies, she was only with him for money. I sit quietly at my desk. My coworker Mark notices. Bad news? He asks. I nod. His life is falling apart. Mark says, do you feel happy? I hesitate. Then I say, not happy, just peaceful. He nods. That is growth. That evening, my phone rings. His name. I stare at it for a long time before answering. Hello. I say. His voice is shaking. I need to see you. I ask, why? He says, I lost everything. She left. My business is gone. I stay silent. He continues, I made mistakes. I was stupid. Can we meet? I ask, to do what? He says, to apologize properly. I think about my lonely nights, my tears, my fear. I say, okay. Meet me at the old park. He sounds relieved. Thank you. I hang up and whisper to myself, why am I doing this? At the park, he is waiting. He looks tired, older somehow. He says, you look successful. I reply, I am trying. He steps closer. I'm sorry for everything. I hurt you. I was blind. I ask, what about the other woman? He laughs bitterly. She took my money and disappeared. I feel a strange mix of anger and satisfaction. I say, you thought I was replaceable. He shakes his head. I was wrong. He reaches for my hand. I pull it back. I suffered when you left me, I say. My voice stays calm, but my heart is shaking. I cried alone. I worked alone. I survived alone. He whispers, I miss you. I look at him carefully. I remember his words, you are useless. You will never survive without me. I say slowly, you don't miss me. You miss comfort. He starts crying. I changed. I understand now. I feel tears in my eyes too, but I do not let them fall. I say, I'm not coming back. He asks, do you hate me? I shake my head. No. I just don't need you. He looks broken. I feel a small pain in my chest, but I turn away. I say, I forgive you, but I am not your past anymore. I start walking away. He calls my name once. I do not turn back. That night, I tell myself, closure is not revenge. Closure is freedom. I lie in bed and think about my new life. I whisper, I chose me. I fall asleep feeling stronger, not bitter. I am sitting at the cafe when he walks in. I already know he will come. He stands in front of me and says, can I sit? I nod slowly. You already did. He sits down. His hands are shaking. You look different, he says. I reply, I feel different. He swallows hard. You are stronger now. I say, I had to be. He looks down at his cup of coffee. I lost everything, he says quietly. I ask, and? He looks up quickly. I'm sorry. For everything. I stay quiet. He continues. I thought I was building a better future. I thought you would always wait for me. I take a slow breath. I waited long enough. His eyes turn red. I made mistakes. I know that now. I say calmly, yes, you did. He says, I hurt you. I nod. Yes, you did. He whispers, can you forgive me? I look at him carefully. I say, I forgave you already. He looks surprised. Then, can we start again? I shake my head slowly. No, he looks shocked. Why? I changed. I reply, I don't need you to change anymore. He says, I love you. I smile slightly. You loved me when I was useful to you. He starts crying. That is not true. I say softly, it is okay. I am not angry anymore. He asks, do you hate me? I shake my head. No. Hate keeps you connected to someone. I am not connected to you anymore. He whispers, you were the best thing in my life. I reply, and you were my biggest lesson. He reaches across the table again. I do not move, but I do not hold his hand. I lost you forever, didn't I? He asks. I answer, you lost me when I was crying alone and you were laughing on the phone. He closes his eyes. Tears fall down his cheeks. I regret everything. I say, regret is painful, but it does not change my life anymore. He asks, are you seeing someone else? I shake my head. Not yet. I am learning to love myself first. He nods slowly. You deserve better than me. I say, I always did. He stands up slowly. Can I still watch you succeed? He asks. I think for a moment. Then I say, you can watch, but you cannot come back. He nods, crying quietly. Goodbye, he says. I reply, goodbye. I wish you peace. He walks away slowly. I sit alone and drink my coffee. My heart feels heavy but calm. I whisper to myself, this is freedom. I check my phone. Lena sent a message, you chose strength today. I reply, I chose myself. That night, I go home and look in the mirror. I whisper, I am not the girl who begged for love anymore. I turn off the lights and sleep peacefully. I sit in my small apartment, staring at my laptop. I open my business plan document. I whisper, this is scary. My phone rings. It is Lena. She says, are you ready? I reply, I think so. She laughs. You said that last week. I smile. I am still scared. She says, fear means you care about success. I take a deep breath. I am using my savings to start this small online business, I say. She replies, good. What are you selling? I say, clothes. Simple but elegant designs. She says, people like authenticity. I nod even though she cannot see me. I hope so. Later, I go to buy materials. The shop owner asks, starting a business? I say, yes. Small steps. He smiles. Good luck, young lady. I say, thank you. I will need it. That evening, I receive a message from him. I saw your business page. You are really doing this now. I stare at the message. I do not reply immediately. Then I type, yes. He replies quickly, you are trying to prove something. I type slowly, I am not proving anything. I am just living. He calls me. I hesitate but answer. What do you want? I ask. He sounds tired. I am proud of you. I laugh softly. That is new. He says, I mean it. I reply, thank you. He pauses. Can we meet sometime? I say, no. I am busy building my life. He sounds sad. You really don't need me anymore. I answer, I never needed you. I wanted you. That line feels powerful inside my chest. He goes silent. Then he says, I miss you. I reply, you miss who I was. Not who I am now. After the call, I post my business products online. My first customer orders 2 items. I feel excitement rising inside me. I text Lena, I got my first order. She replies with celebration emojis. I knew you would succeed. That night, I sit near my window and watch the city lights. I think about my past. My ex is still watching my social media. I do not block him. I want him to watch me succeed slowly. Not through revenge. Through progress. I whisper to myself, I survived heartbreak. Now I am building success. I feel peace spreading inside me like warm sunlight. I lie in bed and think, I am no longer afraid of being alone. Before sleeping, I receive one last message from him. You are becoming someone I cannot reach anymore. I do not reply. I just turn off my phone and smile quietly. This is my victory, not loud, not dramatic, just peaceful. I am sitting at my desk when Lena rushes into my apartment without knocking. You need to see this, she says, holding her phone. I ask, what is it now? She shows me a news article. His business officially closed. I nod slowly. So it is really over. She says, yes, completely. I feel something inside me settle, like a storm ending. She asks, do you feel happy? I shake my head. No, just peaceful. She smiles. That is better than revenge. I say, I agree. Later that evening, I check social media. He posted a picture of himself looking tired. The caption says, I lost everything because I lost the person who truly loved me. I whisper, you lost yourself, not me. I do not comment. I keep scrolling. My phone rings. It is him. I stare at the screen. Lena says, don't answer if you are not ready. I nod. But I answer anyway. Hello. I say. His voice is weak. Did you see my post? I reply, yes. He says, you are doing well. Everyone is talking about your business. I say, I worked hard. He pauses. Then he says, I ruined everything. I stay quiet. He continues, I thought money and power would make me happy. I was wrong. I say softly, you were chasing things, not people. He starts crying. I remember how you supported me when I was broke. I ignored that. I reply, yes, you did. He says, I was selfish. I say, you were afraid of being poor. He whispers, I lost you forever, didn't I? I answer, you lost me when you stopped respecting me. He says, can you forgive me completely? I take a long breath. I already forgave you. Forgiveness is for me, not for you. He asks, will you ever come back? I smile slightly. No. I'm building my future now. He cries harder. I still love you. I reply, love is not enough without respect. He says quietly, you are stronger than I thought. I answer, I had to be stronger to survive you leaving me. Then he goes silent for a long time. Finally he says, goodbye. I say, goodbye. I hope you heal. Then I hang up. After the call, I sit quietly in my apartment. I check my business sales. Orders are increasing. I whisper, I built this life without him. Lena sends me a message, you won. I reply, no, I just survived. Before sleeping, I look out the window. I think about my past pain. It does not hurt like before. It feels like a memory I have outgrown. I whisper, I'm finally free. I turn off the lights and sleep peacefully for the first time in years. I stand outside my new shop, holding the keys in my hand. My phone rings. It is Lena. She says, are you nervous? I laugh softly. A little. She says, you built this. Remember that. I reply, I remember everything now. I unlock the shop door and walk inside. The lights turn on. I whisper, this is my life now. Lena says, you should celebrate tonight. I say, maybe I will. She laughs. You sound peaceful. I reply, I am. Finally. Later, I receive a message from my ex, I saw your shop opening announcement. I am proud of you. I stare at the message. I do not feel anger anymore. I reply, thank you. He sends another message. Do you hate me still? I type slowly, no. I don't hate you. I just don't need you. He calls me. I answer, hello. He says, you sound happy. I reply, I'm learning to be. He says, I'm trying to rebuild my life too. I say, I hope you do. He pauses. Do you remember when we first met? I smile slightly. Yes. I was scared of love then. He says quietly, you are stronger than I ever was. I reply, I had to be strong to survive heartbreak. He says, I regret hurting you. I say, regret is part of growth. He is silent for a moment. Then he says, goodbye. I hope you find real happiness. I reply, I already am. I hang up slowly. My heart feels light. That evening, I close my shop and walk outside. The sky is orange with sunset colors. I think about my past. I whisper to myself, I was broken, but I did not stay broken. Someone calls my name. I turn around. It is Daniel, my coworker from before. He smiles. I heard about your success. I say, I worked hard for it. He says, you deserve someone who respects your strength. I nod. I'm learning that. He asks, would you like to have coffee sometime? I think for a moment. Then I say, yes. But slowly. I'm careful with my heart now. He smiles. That is smart. We walk together for a while. He says, you don't talk about your past much. I reply, my past is a lesson, not my home. He says, that is deep. I laugh. I learned it the hard way. That night, I return home and look at my old photos. I do not feel pain. I feel gratitude. I whisper, thank you for making me stronger. Before sleeping, I write in my notebook, revenge was never my goal. Survival was. Self-respect was. Love will come only if it is healthy. I close the notebook and turn off the lights. I lie in bed and think, I am walking forward, not running away. Sleep comes peacefully. I am no longer the girl who begged for love. I am the woman who chose herself.